The Joltics go marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. The Pumpkaboos go marching 3 by 3, hurrah, hurrah. The Lampets go marching 4 by 4, hurrah, hurrah. The Archeops go marching 5 by 5, hurrah, hurrah. The Mews go marching 6 by 6, hurrah, hurrah.
What's up, YouTube? It's Heretic here. I'm back with the deck profile for the first time in quite a while. More to come as we approach the end of Fall Regionals, as well as the new XY Breakthrough set, introducing the Break Evolution mechanic into the game and bringing back some old favorites as far as some cards go, specifically trainer cards. But in any case, today we're going to look at a deck that may not have been the #1 performer so far through regionals, but could still potentially make a showing in week 3, and also that I would just believe, if played right, can counter a good portion of the meta. And that is Night March with Archeops. And this was something that was also done at Worlds, and so anyway, got our standard 4 Joltics. Probably the easiest thing to attack with in the deck, as it night marches for a single double colorless energy, or if you have it on the bench, you can use Mew EX to copy that attack for the same cost, or for 1 energy less if you have Dimension Valley out. Pumpkaboo is a slightly bulkier attacker that needs 1 extra energy or a Dimension Valley to go with that double colorless for the same night march attack. I say slightly because even though he has twice as much HP as Joltik, he still only has 60 HP. So there's that to consider. And then there are 4 Lampents, and these are the ones you probably want in the discard pile first, because you can't even get them into play. And then to round out our attackers, we have 3 copies of Mew EX, able to copy attacks from any Pokemon on the board so long as you have the proper energy attached. And then, for the mirror match specifically, I tech 1 copy of Latios EX from Roaring Skies for the fast raid attack, which can be used on the first turn, even if you go first, and dealing 40 damage, 60 with a Muscle Band. Great for the mirror match. If you go up against a Blastoise deck, you go first and they open a Lone Execute. Anything else like that, maybe like a Lone Combee or an Eevee and against a Vespiquen deck, anything that runs off low HP Pokemon. 60 HP or less, and you can just take it right off the board like that. So those are our attackers right there. If you don't use Latios early game, you're probably just going to discard it out with something, Battle Compressor, Ultra Ball, whatever. So it's pretty much it either plays first, or you just don't use it. We also play 2 copies of Shaman EX for extra draw power. I have actually considered cutting one of these in favor of Jirachi, since we have the Archeops in this deck, which I'll go ahead and throw down right there, because we have to use Maxie's Hidden Ball Trick to get Archeops out, so having 1 Jirachi instead of the second Shaman might actually be useful. However, being able to consistently draw off Shaman and also having access to Battle Compressor and Versus Seeker to make Archeops work with Maxie definitely has been efficient enough, at least as of thus far. Supporters, 4 Professor Sycamores. Discard your hand, which can sometimes be full of Night Marchers, or stuff like Archeops that you just can't use until it's in the discard pile. Then we run 1 N, just in case of emergency. And then we play Teammates, because nothing in this deck has more than, let's see, how much HP does Archeops have? 130. Shaman has well, no, I lied. Latios has 170. But for the most part, we're attacking with stuff that has pretty low HP, whether they're worth 1 prize or 2 prizes. And so this is kind of a nice card, and with VS Seeker you can stream this if they're KOing you back to back, just to kind of keep a prize trade going and keep your attackers ready to go when you need to search double colorless energy or whatever. Just kind of gets you whatever you need. Maxie's Hidden Ball Trick, of course, to bring out the Archeops. You notice we only run 1 of each. This is not something that is mandatory in every game. There are certain matchups like Mega Manectric and Vespiquen where it's definitely useful, however. you know, just like Mega Manectric, because, well, Mega Manectric itself can be pretty tough to knock out with Night March, and of course Vespiquen, because then they can't really do much to attack you back. So, yeah, pretty interesting and fun combo there. A lot like the versions that used to run Archie's Ace in the Hole with Empoleon. We also run one Lysander and one Hex Maniac to round out our supporters. A lot of 1-0s, since again we have access to Battle Compressor and Versus Seeker, among other things, and a good portion of the Turbo Engine to work with, so we don't want to have too many supporters clogging up our hand. We play 4 Dimension Valleys to lower the attack costs for Mew EX and Pumpkaboo. It's pretty simple. And then for items, 4 Battle Compressors, 4 Versus Seekers, 4 Trainer's Mail, and 3 Ultra Ball. That's the turbo aspect right there. And then we play Revive, just 1 copy. Really just because getting all those Night Marchers in the discard, you know, sometimes you might need to bring one back. If a Mew goes down and you need that back for whatever reason instead, you can do the same thing there. Sadly, we can't use it to bring Archeops out of the discard, or else we wouldn't need Maxi. But if you could revive stage 2s like that, that would be kind of broken. Or stage 1, since I guess technically it's a stage 1. Computer search is a spec of choice because it's computer search. Also another way to search double colorless or whatever else you might need and drain the hand along with Ultra Ball for a potential Maxi play. 2 Muscle Bands and 1 Silver Bangle for our attackers. Latios in particular, as well as Mew, they need Muscle Band in order to be able to deal the extra damage. However, our 4 Pumpkaboos and 4 Joltics can work with Muscle Band or Silver Bangle. Bangle adding the extra 10 damage, but as opposed to Band, but only adding extra damage at all if it hits an EX. And then 1 Floatstone, because we like to be able to switch between our Pokemon, and that way if something gets knocked out, you can bring something up, whatever you have a Floatstone on it, and just retreat it right back. Sometimes it makes Latios serve a later game purpose if you miss the donk with it and you happen to have it in play. It also works with, like, say, a Shaman, or I've even used it on a Pumpkaboo before. Get to a point in the game where you probably aren't going to need Band or Bangle attached to start one-shotting EXs unless they happen to be big, bulky Megas. So, that tends to work out well just as well. One of the cards I have opted not to include in here, given the list and some space, is Town Map. I think Town Map is a fantastic card for this deck, do not get me wrong. That said, if I were to cut something, I mean, you could cut the Latios if you wanted to forego that and just the mirror match deal. You could also maybe drop one of the 3 Mew EXs, maybe. Of course, if you cut the Archeops, you know, you could try to just go base like straightforward Night March. You could drop 1 Trainer's Mail. Definitely some options you got going on there. Get here to the end of our items and our energy. We play 4 double colorless and 3 psychic. Just like a lightning would let you attack with the first attack of Joltik, a psychic will let you do the exact same thing with Pumpkaboo, but the reason we play psychic is because of this guy. Fast rate is 1 psychic energy for its cost. And for a little fun, you can also use replace. Not that we really care much about doing that, but it is a thing. So, you know, it's not impossible. Anyway, that's my Archeops Night March list for now, and hopefully I will see you guys all very soon. Fort Wayne Regionals next weekend. Hopefully we'll be a little better than Philadelphia. I'll do a vlog on Philly here pretty soon, or Lancaster, I guess it actually was. Until then, just have fun, play the game, and remember that there's no such thing, I guess, as having too much fun. I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.
The Joltics go marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. The Pumpkaboos go marching 3 by 3, hurrah, hurrah. The Lampets go marching 4 by 4, hurrah, hurrah. The Archeops go marching 5 by 5, hurrah, hurrah. The Mews go marching 6 by 6, hurrah, hurrah.
Now that's how you do it.
Yep.